Warren, just to sort of explore that idea a bit further, it seems to me watching this, and I think you hit on this in your brilliant piece in The Australian, that really what we're talking about here are people on the left who are determined to pick up the cause of any cause, even if it's Hamas, who are a bunch of lunatics and murderers and rapists, if they demonstrate their anti-Western credentials. And is that how you wind up in this very strange position where you have the same activists, some activists, who say that Australia is proudly Indigenous because Indigenous people were here for 60,000 years, claiming also that Jews were only in Israel since, as you said, before 1948?
It's insanity, I just wanted to highlight that the Jews have been there. They are the indigenous people of the Middle East, and Israel is an indigenous country. I just wanted to point that out, and I also said that there are some Palestinians who were around with the Jews in those days, and they've been colonised by the Arabs, and they've taken on Muslims, and they moved along that way. But the vast majority, as I kept on saying, this nonsense about the Jews not being the indigenous people of Israel, of that Middle East, is just nonsense.
And definitely Indigenous Australians are being used, in my opinion, by the pro-Palestinian
There's
crowd.
no doubt about that.
And that's a tragedy. Now, just quickly before we go, Australia Day, I got my thongs here. They're all ready to go. Seriously, Warren, at what point do we say this Invasion Day stuff, all this nonsense has got to stop? I mean, what are your thoughts on Australia Day? I know you've had different thoughts that you've put forward, but what are your thoughts of where we are now at this point in time?
Some of the dates I put forward are pretty useless. Being a good Australian, having the 1st of January as a mate, that cost me a public holiday. I'm not going to give that up. But the reality is we have got so much to celebrate about this nation. Yeah. Now, we are probably one of the incredible nations that brought 26 million people from around the world, multicoloured, multicultural, multi-faith, or even, I used to like, atheist until I found out Peter Fitzsimon was one. But we've got all these amazing people in this country who have come here, and I'm proud they chose Australia to really build this country into an amazing place. We're probably the most successful multi-everything country in the world, and we've been able to do these things. And this is what I worry about this war with Hamas, is that you're getting this creeping in of this anti-Semitic stuff, and they're trying to make it mainstream. And you've got this bizarre situation. You have queers for Hamas and queers for Palestine.
Yeah.
If these LGBTQ plus communities went there, they'd be thrown off a building. They'd be killed.
100%.
So I think we've got the greatest nations in the world.
Here.
I think we've got the incredible people in this country who are working hard in that. The only problem is that we haven't had too many good leaders. But we've got one currently at the moment who's stuffing this country up. It is, but I look at the Australian people, and this is why we won the referendum. We didn't talk to the corporates, we didn't talk to the elites, we didn't talk to the universities, we just went and talked to people on the street.
Talked common sense to the Australian people. Warren, we've got to leave it there. Happy Australia Day to you, Warren.
Thank you.
And
all the best to you, fellas.
And to you, mate. And we'll talk to you during the year.